Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. Ashley Williams has always been a bright light in the world of Hallmark movies. Known for her heartfelt performances, her natural warmth, and the way she brings sincerity to every role, Ashley has built a career that has touched countless fans. But in the days following the passing of Hollywood icon Robert Redford, Ashley opened up about a little-known bond she shared with him. One that revealed not only the kind of artist she is, but the depth of respect and admiration she held for a man who defined an entire generation of cinema. Ashley's words were not casual condolences, nor were they just a polite gesture. Instead, what she revealed was something deeply personal, a connection that few people even knew existed. It was the kind of story that doesn't just highlight her career, but also brings into focus how Robert Redford influenced her as a performer, as a creative soul, and as a person navigating the world of film and television. To understand the impact, we have to imagine what it means for an actress like Ashley Williams, someone who built her reputation on family-friendly storytelling, heartfelt dramas, and light-hearted romantic comedies, to have had such an unexpected connection with a legendary figure like Robert Redford. Redford wasn't just an actor. He was a director, a producer, a cultural icon who brought integrity, authenticity, and depth to the industry. For Ashley, her story revealed how Redford's presence shaped her in ways that extended far beyond what fans ever saw on screen. Ashley shared that she first came across Robert Redford's work as a young aspiring actress. Like many in her generation, she found herself completely drawn into his performances. His natural charisma, his quiet strength, and his undeniable authenticity gave her a model of what it meant to bring truth into art. But it was not until later in her career that her life intersected with his in a way that left a lasting impression. She recalled a moment when she had the opportunity to meet him. Not in the glare of red carpet lights, not in the hurried atmosphere of an industry event, but in a quieter, more meaningful setting. Robert Redford, even in his later years, carried himself with a humility that surprised those around him. Ashley remembered being struck by how approachable he was. Despite his legendary status, he never acted above anyone. Instead, he carried with him an air of mentorship, of generosity, of wanting to listen just as much as he spoke. What Ashley revealed was that their conversation wasn't about fame or industry gossip. Instead, Robert asked her about her journey, about her work, about why she chose the kinds of roles she gravitated toward. For Ashley, who had built much of her career on stories centered around love, family, and emotional connection, it was meaningful to hear a figure like Redford acknowledge that work with genuine interest. She said it was at that moment that she felt validated, not just as an actress in Hallmark Productions, but as an artist contributing to the world of storytelling in her own way. It wasn't just the conversation that stayed with her. Ashley explained that Robert gave her a piece of advice that she carried with her ever since. He told her that the measure of a performance wasn't in how loud you could be or how much attention you could demand, but in how much truth you could bring into the quiet moments. He reminded her that audiences remember the honesty of a performance long after they forget the details of the plot. For Ashley, this became something of a guiding principle. In every Hallmark movie, in every performance where she played a character navigating the highs and lows of life, she thought about that advice. When Redford passed, Ashley admitted that she felt a personal loss. It wasn't just the departure of an industry icon. It was the passing of someone who had taken the time to notice her, to encourage her, and to leave her with words that shaped her craft. Her tribute reflected not only admiration but gratitude, a deep acknowledgement of how his mentorship, brief though it may have been, left a mark on her creative journey. In her statement, Ashley didn't just focus on his legendary career, though of course, that was part of it. She acknowledged his contributions as a director, as the founder of the Sundance Institute, and as a champion of independent voices in film. But she also revealed that, for her, the greatest legacy of Robert Redford was the humanity he carried into every interaction. He wasn't just a star on the screen. He was a person who reminded others of the importance of listening, of caring, and of seeing the artist within everyone he encountered. For fans of Hallmark, it might come as a surprise to learn about this hidden connection between Ashley and Redford. But perhaps it shouldn't be. Because in so many ways, Ashley embodies the very things that Redford valued: authenticity, emotional depth, and a commitment to telling stories that matter. Even if her medium was often lighter, centered around themes of romance and family, the heart she poured into her roles reflected the same commitment to truth that Redford always carried in his performances. Ashley went on to share that she kept revisiting that moment with him whenever she felt doubt in her career. There were times, she admitted, when she questioned whether her work in Hallmark Productions was taken seriously by the broader industry. But then she would remember that Robert Redford himself had told her that truth matters more than prestige. And that was enough to remind her that she was exactly where she was meant to be, doing the kind of work that touched people in meaningful ways. What stands out in Ashley's tribute is not just the personal memory, but the way she framed Redford's influence as something that continues to live on. She spoke about how she now tries to pass on that same generosity and encouragement to younger actors she meets. Just as Redford had taken the time to ask her about her journey, she now makes a conscious effort to do the same for others. In that sense, his legacy doesn't just live in his films, but in the ripple effect of the kindness he showed to those who crossed his path. Fans were moved by Ashley's words. Many took to social media to thank her for sharing such a vulnerable and heartfelt story. It reminded people that behind the headlines and the Hollywood glamour, there are genuine human connections that shape the lives of those in the industry. And in Ashley's case, it revealed a side of Robert Redford that many already suspected, that beyond the fame, he remained a man deeply invested in the people around him. As the days passed, Ashley continued to reflect on Redford's influence. She mentioned rewatching some of his films, not just as a fan, but as a student of his craft. She saw in his performances the very things he had spoken about, the quiet honesty, the subtle moments of truth, the way he could hold an audience with just a look or a pause. And in those moments, she found herself recommitting to her own craft, determined to carry forward the lessons he had given her. Ashley's story is more than just a tribute. It's a reminder that legacies are not built only on awards, box office numbers, or critical acclaim. They are built on the moments of kindness, the words of encouragement, the advice passed on from one artist to another. Robert Redford's passing was a profound loss for the world of cinema, but through Ashley's eyes, we see that his influence continues to live on in countless ways, shaping not only the industry at large but also the individual lives of those he touched. Her words invite us to reflect on our own lives as well. How often do we take the time to acknowledge those who inspire us? How often do we pause to thank the people whose encouragement helped us keep going when we felt uncertain? Ashley's tribute to Robert Redford reminds us that sometimes the most meaningful moments are the ones that happen away from the spotlight, conversations, gestures, and words of wisdom that continue to echo long after the person is gone. In the end, Ashley Williams didn't just reveal a bond with Robert Redford. She revealed a philosophy of art, of kindness, and of authenticity that will stay with her forever. And in sharing it, she gave all of us a glimpse into the true legacy of a man who defined an era. Through her words, Redford's presence remains alive, not just in the history of Hollywood, but in the ongoing journey of artists like Ashley, who carry his lessons into everything they do. And so, while the world mourns the passing of Robert Redford, we can also celebrate the way his spirit continues to live on, in films, in memories, and in the quiet moments of truth that actors like Ashley Williams bring to the screen. It's a legacy of honesty, of generosity, and of connection, one that will continue to inspire for generations to come. Come back to our channel for all your updates. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.